the squad comes back. College Football Sunday with Steve, Matt, and Taz.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of College Football Sunday. I'm Steve. With me is Taz.
Welcome back.
Yes, sir. We are back. All right. So in this episode, we're going to talk about the MAC. So we should have a pretty episode to show y'all and tell y'all about the MAC. I know it's kind of underrated and nobody really speaks on it much, but we're going to go ahead and talk about that one with you. So Taz, what you like some MACtion?
I love some good MACtion football. MACtion football is one of those underrated conferences that a lot of people probably don't give attention to. Although I think last year I gave more attention. One, because of a guy like Eddie George was in there, so I want to see how he do once he moved up, from the HBCU, the coach. So that brought some more attention for me. But with our pick'ems that we have, amongst ourselves, it really got my attention, bro. A lot of those games come down to one possession games, bro.
Oh yeah. And today is July 1st for everybody, so we get to formally welcome in Sacramento State into the MAC. So moving up to the D1, Sacramento State is. So congratulations to them. Also, in the same sense, they lose Northern Illinois. Mm-hmm. They do. So long pillar of the MAC, and Northern Illinois now is in the Pac-12, I believe, or the Mountain West. One or two. They end up going. We'll figure out once we start previewing that one as well.
Yeah.
We will. So yeah, so this is a coast-to-coast league now, the MAC.
Awesome.
From Sacramento State to UMass.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Gonna be some cold weather football.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, I don't get it. Like, how they end up going coast to coast like that in every conference now, pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, man. Teams are trying to latch on to a conference and not try to be left out. So, and then some schools are making conferences better. So,
oh yeah, most definitely. So last 6 years, the good thing about the MAC, if people don't know, last 6 years they've had 6 different conference champions. They have. So, it's a wide open league.
Parity's good.
Yes, very, very good. It is. They got 13 teams now, but out of those 13, you got 6 new offensive coordinators and 7 new defensive coordinators. So that, I think, comes a lot from them getting plucked. I do. I think it's hard for, like you say, you have a good year in the MAC, and next thing you know, hey, look, you get a Power 4 job.
Yeah, not only that, the players, they guys have scouts, kind of watching these games right here and pulling guys up. Because I know Texas A&M for one, they pulled up a DN from there, which got drafted in the NFL. They came from Bowling Green.
Really?
And Bowling Green, yeah, they've been known to produce some good defensive players also.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I think what hurts the MAC is they schedule a lot of Big Ten schools. So I would say they're money games. A lot of them they've played for years. It's almost a tradition. It is. But in the same sense, it kind of hurts their records. Yeah. It does. So people look at them, they're like, oh, they went 7-5. Well, 3 of those losses might have been the 3 of the top teams in the Big Ten, or, the Big 12 or something like that they just end up playing the tough game. They do. And they'll travel. They'll go anywhere. They live off of that anywhere, anytime, any day. They ain't saying they're going to win, but they're going to show up. And they're usually pretty competitive.
They're competitive.
They are.
Competitive.
A good benchmark. They went 2-3 in bowl games last year. They did. Western Michigan beat Kennesaw State 41-6 in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. And Ohio beat UNLV, Mr. Dan Mullen, 17-10 in the Frisco Bowl. They did. So you got any other stuff for the MAC, Taz, before we get started into the teams?
That'll be it. Let's get digging in, bro.
All right. So as you can see, we got our MAC logo there for everybody. And then next first team we got up here is the Akron Zips. They are. So Akron last year, like I said, with their record, ended up going 5-7, but they was 4-4 in the conference. They was. Mm-hmm. They have had 4 straight losing seasons, so hopefully they can get that back on track. Joe Moorhead's still there. Has 4 years, like I said, 4 losing seasons, but it's hard to win in Akron, Taz.
It is. I recall, was it Terry Bowden? I think he went there for a brief stint also.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's difficult. I mean, surrounded by a couple of Power 4 schools in the state. You have Ohio State, of course, and Cincinnati, and then you're kind of bored of Kentucky, so you're kind of surrounded by some schools that's going to get top players in there. But it's a task.
And Joe Moorhead's a great coach. I mean, he is 13-35 there, but his overall record is still 65-60.
Mm-hmm.
It is. So, and they also, I mean, like I said, it's hard in these MAC schools that they return 4 starters on offense and only 2 starters on defense, Taz.
Right. That's difficult. I mean, when you don't have that type of chemistry every year, not knowing who's going to be on your roster, some graduation, which is understandable, but when, you have teams coming and pretty much kind of pulling from your roster every year, it's difficult to have some continuity every year.
Mm-hmm. They only return 40% of their total production, which is 115th in the country and 6th in the MAC. It is 44% of that offense, 37% on defense, but they do return 132 starts that they return. So they'll have the experience, maybe not so much they had the production, but I mean, the starts, that does help. I mean, the best way to get best way to get experience is playing time.
Most definitely. And that's the thing, you invest, so much in the kid, not just money, but your time and your teachings into these players to help them develop. And you're hoping, you can see development and growth, but hopefully you can get them back next year to continue it.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about their secondary, Taz.
All right, the secondary got 5 transfer secondary players. Top 5 linebackers are actually gone.
Yeah. They got to rebuild the defense on that end.
Yeah, and when you're doing, like I said, you might think it's easy, running, base defenses, but when you have 5, guys coming in, you got to make sure your communication's good.
Yeah.
Because one blown coverage and
he gone.
Everybody's looking around with their hands up.
Yeah. Continuity. It's hard to get that. It is. Here goes a name that everybody might know. Sure. Reese, I hope I don't butcher his name. And I apologize to any of these kids during these shows. If I butcher your name, trust me, I apologize. I actually tried. I really do. But Reese Poffenberger comes from North Texas. This is 5th school in 6 years, Taz.
He just got by 5-5.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he got the extra year.
Yep.
He did. Or this will be his 7th year. Or no, this is 5th school in 6 years. My bad. So started at Old Dominion, and some people might know him. And then he went to Albany, had a really good year at Albany. And then from there, he was going to be the Miami Hurricanes quarterback. But a guy named Cam Ward decided he was going to go there.
Right.
He did. So he ended up riding out behind him. He did. And after that, then he ends up leaving there because they end up getting Carson back. They do. So he ends up dipping out there and then says, all right, I'm going to go to North Texas. And then what happens in North Texas? They start that freshman, led the nation in passing, never looked back. And now he's, all right, Akron. 4 losing seasons, 5-7. I got to get my shot here.
What can go wrong at Akron, right?
I mean, if I'm Joe Moorhead, I'm looking at it. He seems to be following coming behind, and quarterbacks end up doing really well. So I think I like adding him. Hopefully my other quarterbacks will do good.
Right.
They will. So tell us a little bit more about the offense, Ted.
You have a 1,000-yard rusher and running back, junior Jordan Grant. O-line lost 4 players and to Power 4 schools, Pitt, Iowa State, Auburn, and K-State.
Dang. So they lost some real players.
Yeah, serious players that were scooped up out. I mean, they're good enough playing Power 4. They're good enough. Yeah. Develop and stay there at Akron and make something happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to go to Pitt, Iowa State, Auburn, and K-State, right. I mean, that's saying that, okay, they were pretty good players. So, I mean, like we said, Akron, they can recruit, they can locate, they can develop, they can, and all that, but they just cannot keep the players there. They can't. So hopefully Joe Moorhead has another good year. Like I said, I would try to turn into a farm system for your Ohio States or Cincinnati's and be like, hey, let us get them and let them develop real good. And then we'll whatchamacallit, keep it moving. All right.
Right.
So the next team we got here, Taz, is
Ball State.
Ball State Cardinals.
Right.
It is.
Ball State went 4-8 last year, 3-5 in conference. I don't want to butcher his name.
Yeah, I don't. We'll call him Mike U.
Mike Feud. 4-8 is first year, 60-64 in 11 years as record as a head coach. Losing season 11 of the last 12 years.
Yeah,
Not good.
been rough at Ball State.
Not good. 2020 though, you went 7-1 and won the MAC.
Yeah, they did all right in 2020 during COVID year. You know how I feel about COVID.
Right.
I do.
But a lot of changes have been happening since COVID also.
Yeah.
You know, as far as, like I said, we talked about this already, as far as the movement, the changes in college football,
Mhm.
and just unfortunate for some of those smaller schools, just trying to compete, you know, and
Yeah.
keep those players on the same team for year after year. It's even more difficult now.
And so the COVID year was their only winning season in the last 12 years.
Right.
Damn. He's got his hands full. It was his first year, Coach U.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll get it rolling. He will. So what all they got coming back, Taz?
Returning got 5 starters on offense, 1 starter on defense. Average 15.8 points per game. Not good. You like to see a big increase. Big increase. You're talking about what? A couple touchdowns a game?
I'm surprised they went 4-8.
Yeah, well, obviously the defense had to be pretty solid to kind of keep teams at bay. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, 36% of returning production. Not good. 40% on offense, 24 on defense, 93 starts. In the MAC.
I mean, is it good or bad that they have almost half of their production coming back on
Well,
offense?
we talked about production also. Production is only good. I mean, if it's good production. You know? So, I mean, it can be 36, but if it's good 36 production,
Yeah.
you know, it depends on where you're getting the production from. It would be pretty solid.
So they're 123rd overall in the country on returning production
Right.
and 8th in the MAC. It's going to be hard to climb that wall
Yeah.
in Ball State.
Yeah. But hey, you know, get in there, rile the guys up. You know, hopefully you did okay in the portal.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah. You get some guys and you know, kind of build that continuity there. But like we said again, we got two transfer quarterbacks, Steve.
Oh, okay. Try to shake things up.
Yeah, most definitely. You want competition in that room.
Mm-hmm.
That's a key to a lot of these teams, man. Outside of, you know, of course, you need O-line. I mean, you can have a great quarterback, but it doesn't do any good
Yeah.
if he doesn't have anyone blocking for him.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Exactly.
around him. So, but hopefully you can you get some production out of quarterbacks to kind of compete in this conference, because this conference is pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of these games came down to not just one possession games, but one game leads.
Yeah.
You know, so it kind of fluctuates back and forth of who was leading, who can possibly go to the conference championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So where's their quarterbacks from, Taz?
The first one, kid at Luxie from Texas State.
Oh, okay. Huh. My sleeper team.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, Texas
Yeah.
State. Yeah, it's development team.
Yep.
And Tyler Mazel, Division II, Concord.
Oh, okay. From Concord.
Concord.
I
Yeah.
have no clue where that is.
Yeah.
But
Hopefully one of those diamonds in the rough no one knew about.
and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought of what's his name?
Trinidad?
Trinidad from
Yeah.
Fair State. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know where Fair State is either.
Right. I mean, you even got to consider, man, like Diego Pavia.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really saw that coming. Outside of he did move along with his coaches, but nobody really, knew who Pavia was until he hit advantage.
Yep. And he actually wasn't getting off subject or whatever, but he did actually beat Auburn when he was in New Mexico State.
Right.
And he was the quarterback, for anybody who's paying attention, on our first ever live stream, Taz, in that bowl game.
You're right.
He was. Yep. New Mexico State and who was it? It was a MAC team. Central Michigan? Was it? Central Michigan, New Mexico State? Was the game that bowl game we live streamed? It was the one in Detroit. Sounds right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we're getting off subject. So from what I hear, both those quarterbacks are run first quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
They are. And looking at the stats, Ball State ran about 66% of the time last year. They did. But good thing is, if you're a good running team, one thing you want is that center back. They got the center and both their tackles return. They do. So, I mean, they have the continuity on the line, which is really great, which will be really good for them. But tell me about this wide receiver they got, Taz.
Donovan Hamilton, 6'4" receiver, sophomore, 20 receptions, 244 yards.
Big body,
body, 6'4". Yeah.
So you think he's kind of like, I'm not comparison to him, so please don't take this, but like in this style of offense where you run the ball 2 out 3 times, 66%, is he like going to be a Calvin Johnson type where he's a mismatch on the outside, but does he get a lot of good opportunities because they're pretty much going to try to stop the run against Ball State?
Yeah.
Could he put up some big numbers?
I think he can. I mean, because based off how the team pick and choose, of course, if you run the ball pretty often, you're probably going to be focusing on play action also at some point.
Yeah.
And it's something that, that a lot of receivers can kind of get away with, because if you run the ball, 60% of the time, I mean, you're doing a lot of blocking.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're doing a lot of blocking on the edges.
So you love when they call play action then?
Oh, most definitely, because you treat it the same. You know what I mean? Just as a run play. You go up to them and block, and then you fake the block, and then you get past them.
Yep. Swipe his arms and keep it moving.
Most definitely. At 6'4", I mean, most likely the safety's probably in the box.
Yep.
So if you can get over top, I mean, you most likely probably have. I mean, there's a few DBs are getting more taller now, 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
But, you may catch a guy like about 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, especially in the MAC, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing I've noticed. Like, they gotten a lot better in size. They have. But, on the secondary, it will. So, I mean, the only returning starter on defense is their DB, Willazon Yates. Right. So, he's the Lone Ranger out there on defense. So hopefully he'll be able to establish this defense and secondary and everything else. They got a defensive end, Jared Brody from San Diego State. So that ought to be. San Diego State always develops good defensive linemen, defensive players, and stuff like that, Taz.
Right.
They do. And then also they have a safety, Sterling Smith from Purdue, coached by our boy Barry Odom. Yep.
Barry Odom's known for great defense.
Exactly.
Solid defense.
Yep. And Purdue's in Indiana, and so is Ball State, Muncie, Indiana. Home of everybody? No?
Anybody?
David Letterman. All right. Hopefully y'all were screaming at screen or at the phone or at the radio, whenever I was saying that. So
like David Letterman.
Home with David Letterman, where he went to school at Ball State.
That's awesome.
Yep. All right. Next team we got here is Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Falcons.
Yep. It is.
Now, this team, I mean, over the years, they've been known to have success. I mean, you take a guy like, let's say, Urban Meyer.
Yeah, Urban Meyer was there.
And kind of build that team up a little bit.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you can win there.
You can win there. I mean, like I said, landscape of all this stuff has changed over the years.
Yeah.
But having a guy like Eddie George in there, who's is kind of stepping up the ranks right now from coming, like I said, from HBCU to now Bowling Green. I think Bowling Green can compete this year.
I hear a sleeper team, Taz?
I think it's a sleeper team for me.
Ooh, okay.
Going with the Falcons.
Put it on the board.
So it's really a sleeper team because if you look at their roster, they only have one return starter offense.
It is even a sleeper team for Eddie George. He said, I don't know none of these people.
Right.
I think 4-8 Eddie George's first year at that level, I think is really good. I do.
Really?
That's really solid. Coming into Bowling Green, back-to-back 7-win seasons prior to, but you're new, you're coming in, you're doing it your way. I mean, I love Eddie George. I think he's going to do really good things there. I do. But yeah, tell us about those returners they got, Taz.
All right, you got 1 on offense, 2 on defense. You have an Oregon transfer, running back Austin Novosad, former 4-star, former Missouri running back Austin Denton, ran for 1,004 yards, 3 straight last year. All new stars at the O-line. And one thing that Eddie George knows, he knows the running back position.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, a 4-star from Oregon, another running back from Missouri, had 3 straight 100-yard games last year for him. Once again, it comes down to, like we talk about, Taz, continuity on the O-line.
O-line, man. That O-line. And it's difficult, like I said, because everyone is looking for O-linemen. If they're not looking for them to be starters, they're looking for them to be depth pieces.
Because you can't have enough big guys.
Right.
Because they only make so many of them.
Yeah.
I mean, the 35% return in production is 123rd in the country. It is 32% on offense, 38% on defense, and only 69 starts. So it is pretty much a whole new team for Eddie George. But sometimes that's what you got to do.
Right. I mean, he took his first year coming in, and a lot of guys transferred out.
Yeah.
So he's in the process now. Even year 2, still kind of trying to build that team there. So.
Yeah, and they averaged 18.2 points per game. They did last year. So, I mean, like you say, you come in, you see what you got. Second year, like he is now. I mean, sometimes you got to turn over because you just don't have the guys that you want yet. And I guess as much as we all dislike the way the transfer portal is set up, it gives you an opportunity to actually do something like this where you can get your kids, where you don't have to wait 3 to 4 years to rotate out these kids that you just really don't need or can't use in your program.
Yeah, and a lot of coaches know that you have to build quickly also, because I mean there's different approaches. Some take the high school approach, and it's going to take you a couple of years to kind of build that. But then a lot of the coaches take the other approach of getting these older transfers in, guys who have the experience that can help build your team a lot quicker.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the defense on the team, Taz.
Defense.
I saw an interesting name on there.
Eddie George is Eric George, which is Eddie George's son.
Yep.
He's expecting a big year. Doran Pringle was having a big year also before an injury in week 3. So he'll be back this year, hoping to kind of anchor that defense down. And also DB JoJo Johnson's getting a chance to start. Nathan Mack with 13 pass breakups. Louisville transfer, defensive tackle, Salah Brown.
We just apologize.
Yeah.
Mr. Brown.
Right. So he's trying to build that, build that roster with a mixture of, like I said, high school guys with experience and P4 experience.
Yeah.
That helps.
I'll have to look that up and see. Eddie George's son playing D tackle. I just would not expect him to have a son.
I mean, Eddie had size on it. Even
Eddie was solid. Yeah, Eddie was solid.
But he was a big running back.
Yeah, he was a big back. He was.
His son can kind of grow into a position.
Yeah. Heck yeah. And then JoJo Johnson out there finally getting his shot to shine. I mean, come on. If you're not a starter and 13 pass breakups, I don't care what league or what conference you play in. Right. That is impressive. It is. So, and getting his chance to start. So, I mean, if he's knocking the ball down, you know what comes next.
That's it.
We're getting him. We're taking him back to the house.
Yep.
We are. So, hopefully, he'll have another good year for Eddie George as well. Like I said, I think Eddie George is going to do really well. I do. Like I said, 4-8, getting your feet, a little wet, and getting accustomed to, you know what I'm saying, to the. I mean, it's still even from an HBCU to a group of 6 or whatever. It's still a huge difference. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It is from what you have, what you got to work with, and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's still a huge difference. So he was getting accustomed to it. So, like I said, I'm all for it. I think Eddie George has a good year. Taz, you wrote him down as your sleeper team?
I'm taking him as a sleeper team.
Okay. What would justify a great year? Flip the record?
Flip the record. Right now, what, 4-8 last year?
Yeah,
I'd say 8-4.
Yeah, all right. Going 8-4 would be a great year.
It'd be a great year.
Yeah.
I would say I think they can move up. I say 75.
7-5. So bowl game. Bowl game will call it a success.
Most definitely bowl game. Yeah.
7-5 will qualify as a surprise.
Yeah. With one returning starter and 2 on defense.
Yeah. Whole new team over there.
Offense, most definitely. I take it.
Yep. All right. So moving right along, our next team we have here is the Buffalo Bulls. It is. So Buffalo last year, 5-7, 4-4 in conference. Once again, whenever we read these and y'all look at, like I said, they have solid years. They do, but they're 1-3 non-conference. And like I said, I'm pretty sure you look at Buffalo's schedule. Ted, what was Buffalo's non-conference schedule last year?
I'll let you know here shortly.
Okay. So quarterback we got Pete Limbo. We do 14-11 in 2 years. So I mean, he had a 8-9 win season, went 9-4 the year before. He did when he was there. Overall, 126-76. He is I want to say he came from Sam Houston State.
Mm-hmm.
He did. So the least amount of returning production that they have, they got 2 on offense and only 4 on defense. They did average 24 points per game last year, still 91st in the country. But I mean, you only return 2 on offense. As you notice with these MAC players, I'm pretty sure as we do these other conferences, You're going to start to see in these other conferences, they're going to have higher numbers on return of players.
Right.
They are just because of the turnover.
Mm-hmm.
So did you end up finding the schedule tab?
I got that.
All right, what we got non-conference?
Non-conference, they had Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Okay, Power 4.
Yeah, which was a pretty good game. I mean, they lost 23-10.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all against Minnesota. They also played St. Francis Red Flash.
Oh, they probably won that one.
They won that 45-6.
Yeah, that's a D2 school.
Right. Up next was Troy Trojans. They lost, but they lost 21-17.
Dang, that was close. They go to Troy?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then their final game was against UConn, the Huskies, which had a pretty good season.
Yeah. They won 9 games last year.
Yeah, they lost that game, but they lost 2017 also.
Okay. So even in there that they lost. Yeah. I mean, 2 of the 3 losses were 1 possession games. So, I mean, if you turn that around, and now they're instead of 5-7, they're 8-4.
Right.
And now we're talking about, man, Buffalo is a really great team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's how it all breaks down. So they only got 30% return in production, which is 135th in the country out of 136 schools, because there's 138 now. So we really can't count Sacramento State or North Dakota State. And they're last in the MAC. 26% on offense, Taz, and only 33% on defense, and only 63 starts returning.
Right.
Coming off of a 9-4 and Bahama Bowl win.
It's something to build on.
Yeah. You thought it would be, but then they went 5-7. But I mean, 3-1 loss games,
right.
1-score games.
Right.
I'm pretty sure their conference schedule. How was they in conference? Do you have that?
For
Buffalo? Yeah. Were their games close to in conference?
Right. So Buffalo, their conference record was 4-4.
Yeah.
5-7 overall. The issue was at home 2-5.
Really?
Yeah, 2-5 at home,
Wow.
but 3-2 on the road.
That's wild. Usually they do really good at home and
Right.
have trouble on the road.
Yep.
So, like I said, they ain't got nothing coming back. So I guess off a bad year, you don't have nothing coming back. Only way up is up.
That's it.
I personally think the Bahamas Bowl, Taz, is one of the best bowls. I mean, think about it. You're going to the Bahamas in December.
Most definitely. It's warm.
Heck yeah. That's pretty sweet.
Yep.
And then you get to stay at that resort and everything while you're there that they showed during the commercials and stuff in between to try to sell people to go to the Bahamas to go visit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, they got it really hard. They got true freshman coming in, Jason Wright, 6'2", 200 pounds, quarterback. So hopefully he'll be able to step in and navigate this offense. They did lose 2 all-MAC wide receivers to the portal, which that always hurts, and that's always going to seem to happen here. Questions are at O-line. Only 1 starter returning on their O-line, and they're starting sophomore at right tackle and a freshman at center, Taz. They are starting a freshman at center.
Yeah. Unless he's a stud, it's going to be a long day at center. Yeah.
Dude, that is your quarterback of the O-line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the hardest probably position to play on the offensive line. It is. It's center. And we're coming out to jump with a kid that was in high school last year.
Yeah, so you have a young quarterback and a revamped line.
Yeah. Freshman quarterback.
Yeah.
Freshman center.
Yeah. Against
some pretty good defensive players and defenses in the MAC. Like I said, Don't let the numbers get skewed or whatever. Because remember, a lot of these games too, you look at their points per game allowed, and they might play Ohio State or an Oregon or a team that puts up 50 on them, and that throws off their averages for the whole year. You take that 50 out, and instead of them giving up 24 a game, now they only gave up 13 a game.
Right.
But because they gave up 55 to one of them big schools or whatever, that's kind of skews their numbers and everything. So tell us what you think about their defense, Taz, at Buffalo. Tell me, give me one shining moment.
Buffalo defense?
Yeah, Buffalo's defense.
I would probably say, their linebacker, Red Murdoch. Yeah. One of the most productive and disruptive tacklers in the FBS. So they have a leader on defense.
Yeah.
That they can probably follow, but it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough when you don't have a lot of returning players.
Tell us about that secondary.
Secondary could be the best in the MAC. Yep. 186.4 passing yards per game. It's 23rd overall or 23rd overall. Both DBs and nickel are back.
Nice.
So that's some continuity there.
Heck yeah.
In the secondary.
And I mean, be 23rd in the country, I mean, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Kobe Blackwell, preseason All-MAC, first team. Best cover corner in the MAC. And probably lead next year.
More likely.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he's a sophomore.
Right.
I do. I think he's a sophomore this year, or he was a sophomore last year. So, yeah, more likely he probably will, unfortunately, for Buffalo and Pete Limbo. But, I mean, hey, if he can come in there and lock it down and shut down one side, I mean, 23rd in passing yards.
That's the defense.
Yeah, I mean, that's solid on defense. And he was talking about their linebackers. And then they got a Stevie Bracey, was a transfer from Virginia. So, he probably ain't no slouch.
Right.
He ain't. So they should have pretty decent defense. Like I said, 24 points per game on offense. They got to get that going. I think the biggest issue might be O-line or center, starting freshman, center and quarterback at the same time, because you need somebody to balance the other one out. You know what I'm saying? You can't have your quarterback getting ruffled, and you look to your center. He's like, I don't know what we're gonna do, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to adapt to the speed of the game, reading coverages and defenses, and at the same time, your boy whipping on blocks.
Yeah, I need you to worry about the front seven.
Yeah.
I'll worry about the back end.
Yeah,
And if we're both sitting here not knowing what we're seeing or what we're doing, and hey, maybe they'll come out there and they'll be great, and I hope they do. But
yeah, hopefully the play call helps them. You know,
that too,
and simplify things to kind of help both the young guys. Because I've known this about a lot of coaches also. A lot of times they'll kind of scale things back with their play calling. They kind of simplify it for the quarterbacks and not give them too much, you know, but just enough to kind of scale it back so they won't make mistakes. You see that in a lot of quarterbacks a lot of times. They'll do hitches, they'll do those little quick screens, things of that nature to kind of get them settled in. But you see a lot of times those quarterbacks don't take a lot of chances because they don't want to make that big mistake.
Yeah, give them something to get comfortable.
Right.
Ask them, hey, what's the 5? I heard a couple of OCs and stuff like that talking about it, and they said they'll go to their young quarterback and just ask them, hey, what are 5 plays that you just love? Like, you know, front to back, whatever happens, where to go with the ball, you feel the most comfortable, you know you're going to complete, you know we're going to get positive yards. What are those 5 plays? And let's start with those. And then we'll build off of that.
Yeah, and hopefully, like I said, with his O-line, one of the best friends of a quarterback is a good running game.
Yes.
So if you can kind of establish the run game to give him a hand and a decent tight end.
Yes.
As a part of the check down.
Heck yeah.
You know, those would be a couple of things to kind of help the young quarterback get settled in.
Yeah, and that's one thing you do need is a good tight end and a solid running game.
Most definitely.
And a defense that can get them off the field. All right, moving right along. That's Buffalo, everybody. 5-7, 4 and 4. Hopefully they can build on that next year and see if we're one game away from a bowl game and getting back to a bowl game. Next one that we got here now is Central Michigan Chippewas.
Things are getting a little better.
Yeah. So 7-6, 5-3 in conference. Once again, 2-3 non-conference. But I mean, that's going to happen, like we said, with who they end up playing. Their head coach, new head coach from last year's first year, Matt Drinkle, went 7-6. That's a good, solid first year.
Most definitely.
Yep, he replaced Mr. Jim McElwain after 3 consecutive losing seasons. He was kind of a little low and slow on the points per game, which is something different, especially coming from a Jim McElwain team.
Who's known for offense.
Exactly. So Matt Drinkle, hopefully he gets his coordinators and stuff in shape and everything. So they only got 22.5 points per game last year. They did. Ted, what they got coming back?
That 4 returning starters on offense and 3 on defense. There again, you got 46% of production back now. 6 in the MAC, 62% off offense, 29% on defense, 133 starts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Well, hopefully with that, all that production coming back on offense, they can build on what they did last year and get more productive. They can.
Right. And it kind of help that defense out also.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, because like I said, with a defense that's new, young, and trying to get established, the one thing you don't need is an offense that's going to keep you on the field.
New. You want that offense to keep the ball, slow the game down, give the defense some rest. Because, only 29% of your production coming back on defense. That means it's going to be a lot of new faces in a lot of new places. I have to put up a lot of new numbers.
Most definitely, especially with a lot of these offenses now, it's up-tempo offenses. But they try to catch you out of position. So communication is key.
Oh, yeah.
With young teams.
Yep. So tell us about this quarterback play, Taz. I want to get your opinion on it, and I have a strong opinion on it.
Okay. They're going to play 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Quarterback Angel Flores, he's a running quarterback, and Jaden Glacier is the passing quarterback.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of difficult if you're going to label them one as a running and one as a passer. It kind of tips your hand a little bit.
I was thinking the same thing.
So I think both need to be able to do both. To some extent, you don't want to bring the passing quarterback in. Oh, it's passing down, so we bring our nickels in.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or if the running quarterback come in, come on, we're going to bring an extra linebacker in. So you don't want to tip your hand. So you got off season, you got to be able to work with both of them and make sure they'll be able to do one, both to an extent. Because come on. How are you going to win if you're just going to label quarterbacks that way?
Exactly. Yep. I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, you can't do that. I watched the team last year. I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was James Madison.
Mm-hmm.
I do. And I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on it. And they did that. They ran a 2-quarterback thing that they was running. And yeah, every time they put this one quarterback in, it was that kid that left UNLV, remember?
Right.
When he him, where so it was James Matt, yeah. So every time that they put him in, it was always a running play.
Right.
And they were still trying, it was still early in the year. It was like early in the year. I want to say it was against NC State when they played them. It was a game that I caught. And yeah, every time that kid went in there, you knew what it was going to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was horrible. It was. Like, I can't, it just drives me insane. It does. And this is the thing they got going for them, though, unlike our last team, is they have an experienced O-line.
Right.
3 juniors, 2 seniors, and left guard Jacob Russell. That dude could be all MAC, all conference.
Mm-hmm.
And he could. I wish I knew and I probably should have looked it up before we started, but I wonder if they have, like, I know they probably give out the awards for O-lineman of the year, linebacker of the year, but I wonder if they have, like, names to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Bronco Nagurski Award or like that. So I wonder if they have conference names for trophies like that, or if they just name the players that they do. So what about running backs, Taz? What are they going to look like running behind this big old experienced line?
Well, Vaughn Blue from Liberty.
And
you got Jaden. Pronounce that one.
Clevero,
right?
I think.
Yeah, from Holy Cross.
Yeah, he's Cajun. I know that.
Yeah. Boy, you almost pulled it out of me. You almost pulled it or run out. I'm not gonna do it.
There you go. You gotta talk like Coach O if you're gonna pronounce that last name.
I almost did it. Well, hold up.
You gonna save that for the LSU preview part?
Most definitely.
So it looks like they might have a little bit of trouble on defense there. Like we was talking about, they only returned 29%. They lost their top 7 tacklers. They do. But they got somebody there named Xavier White.
Right.
And who is Xavier White?
It's Charles White's nephew. Who's Charles White?
79 Heisman Trophy winner.
There you go.
From USC Trojans.
Yep.
I got Reggie and I got OJ. I don't have Charles. I don't. Great back though. Really great back. He was around the time with Marcus Allen and all that. I mean, think about, we're getting off topic again. We'll bring that up later.
Stay the road.
Yep. Keep it in the road. So the defensive leader is a 3-year starter, DB, Jayon Jackson. And they brought in transfers, Taylor and Bryant at safety. So secondary, they're trying to bring him in. Like I said, they got a 3-year starter. So I mean, it's his defense.
He's playing a lot of ball.
Yeah, I mean, he's a DB. It's his defense. So what he says goes. If you're out there, he's going to be the one orchestrating it and everything like that. So I think he'll do really well. And like I said, he brought in 2 more transfers. He did to play safety, so hopefully that'll work. You got Xavier White coming in. You do. So I think he'll do pretty well as well. It's crazy. Like, I didn't watch his uncle play because that was before my time. But, like, it's crazy how we was talking about the other day, how we've seen these kids' parents play.
Right.
Like, that makes you feel old. You know what I'm saying? It does. Like, I just saw before the show that Marvin Harrison's second son just committed to Ohio State earlier today.
Right.
And it's like, damn, like, we watched Marvin Harrison play at Syracuse and then in the pros. Then we watched his son play at Ohio State in the pro. Now he got another son coming out in the next, I think, class of 28 or something like that he is. So he has to wait till next December to officially sign, but he verbally committed. And it's like, man, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
When you look at these kids and you're like, I remember when your dad played. I mean, talking about age yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that is the Central Michigan Chippewas. 7-6 last year, 5-3 in the conference, hoping to build off another great year in his second year. So moving right along, we have the Eastern Michigan Eagles.
We'll stay in state.
Yep. Directional schools. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
So they have gray turf, everybody. Have you seen it, Taz? It's actually pretty cool.
No, I haven't seen it.
It is.
I've seen red, I've seen blue, I've seen green.
Yeah. Yep, it's a great turf. Call their stadium the Factory. They build it off a hard-nosed, blue-collar, putting in work. They had an intro that I don't know if they still do it, where they used to have cinder blocks where they would come out and then they would start hitting them with the sledgehammers and busting through to come
Right.
out and everything. So Chris Creighton, this is 12th year. He's had 12 years there, 61-84.
Mm-hmm.
4-8 last year, 3-5 in conference, and he is 1-5 in bowl games. But here's the thing: before he took over, this was your bottom dweller school. It was like Eastern Michigan was always at the bottom. They was like, 61-84. You're like, oh, that's not a good record. Trust me, for what he's working with, what he came from, and what he built it up from. That is awesome. He's the Bill Snyder of the MAC, to put in perspective for some people. It is. Like I said, and he's 1-5 in bowl games.
Mm-hmm.
Eastern Michigan is 2-5 all time in bowl games.
Oh man,
So that tells you
got half of the wins already.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, if that tells anybody what he's been able to do there is amazing, and to stick around. Because his names came up.
Yeah. Sometimes these guys are waiting for the somewhat right job.
Yeah. And he's got 200 career wins in 29 years.
Mm-hmm.
He does. So, like I said, 3 straight losing seasons, 2-5 all time in bowl games. Like I said, that's not a great record or whatever. But when you look at what he's done in 12 years, he has 6 of their 7 bowl games in 12 years. So, I mean, I think he's doing a great job out there. Tell us a little bit what they got coming back to us.
They have return starters. They have 5 on offense and 4 on defense. So almost about half on the offense side of the ball. They have returning 62% production. It's 24. First in the MAC.
Oh, okay.
Which is good. Offense 59%, defense 64%, 144 starts, 24.1 points per game.
So they seem to have the most production coming back of any school we've talked about so far. Could this be a team, Taz, that could compete?
Yes, they can compete. And that they have competed. Only because I'm saying this because of the MAC top 4 or 5 teams were all within like 1 to 2 games.
Oh yeah,
as far as winning the conference or getting to the conference.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this team can compete. Especially one particular reason is returning quarterback that they have coming back, a 5th-year senior.
Wow, I don't hear about many of those.
No, you want to talk about this guy because you kind of brought him to my attention earlier.
Yeah, so I'm leaning towards, let's do this. Let's do a conference during our conference preview shows.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we'll do like our national sleeper teams like we already put out there for everybody.
Right.
How about every conference we pick a sleeper team in the conference?
That's cool.
You good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with Eastern Michigan as my sleeper team. As my sleeper team. Just because, like you said, quarterback, 5th-year senior. This is 2nd year in the system, which at the MAC, you get 2 years in the system as a quarterback.
Right.
Because you have one good year, you're gone.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real, right? So for him, this will be his second year and to be a fifth-year senior, so he's running out of eligibility. Last year, he had, and right here, this is the first time since 2017 that Eastern Michigan's even had a returning quarterback. So it's been a new quarterback year after year after year after year for 8-9 straight years. So him coming back is really, really, really going to help. He threw for 2,817 yards, a 61% completion percentage, 18 touchdowns, 11 picks. It's a little bit high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to get that number down. We do. But 3 of his top 4 receivers are back. Second team All MAC tight end, Joshua Long. Like we said, Taz, what some of the quarterback needs?
And need a safety valve, need a tight end.
Exactly. And then their running back, Braden Bennett from Virginia Tech and Coastal. He rushed for over 2,000 yards at Coastal. So there's the running game that we need. We got All MAC conference tight end. We got 3 of our 4 top receivers. And Nick Devereaux is probably the best deep threat in the MAC.
Saying something.
From a 24.1 points per game stretch last year, it was. So I think the points can be there. I think they can improve on that. I do. But tell me a little bit about the defense, Taz, and just tell me if we might be on the right track or if I'm just going to be disappointed if this team loses shootouts.
Well, you have a leader that's coming back, led by safety Bryce Llewellyn, the team's defensive MVP, 102 tackles, 5 tackles for losses, 2 INTs, 4 pass breakups, at a position that's very important. It's called a safety for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah. So be the safety valve. Also, led by linebacker Barry Manning. 73 tackles, 2 sacks, 5.5 tackle for losses. Also played safeties, moved to linebacker because of injuries. So this guy's pretty versatile. Can be put in safety or the linebacker position.
Like an Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. That's a great comparison. That's a hell of a comparison.
I mean, that's a positive to have.
Yeah.
Because, just in case no one's down or if that person does come back, now it even strengthens even more because this guy's versatile.
Exactly. And he can cover.
Right.
So he's a linebacker that has coverage skills.
Right.
He does. So he'll play down the box. You can drop him back in zone. So maybe, just maybe, we get back to a bowl game and win a bowl game.
Yeah, I mean, you have probably the best deep threat in the game, and then you have a productive quarterback.
Yep.
Those 2 things that help the offense right there.
Yep. You got a great deep threat. You got a safety valve tight end. You got a running back that's ran for over 2,000 yards. You got probably one of the better safeties in the conference. You got a versatile linebacker. You do. They can come down the box or cover. Your offensive line, we'll see what happens, right? You got the most production coming back in the conference. 24th in the country, top 25 in the country. Question marks. The only thing that might be a question mark, which I don't want to put as a question mark yet, is the trenches.
Yeah.
Can the O-line block and can the D-line get pressure? And if they can, we got the recipe for everything. We got all the other ingredients to have a great year.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. And you have, like I said, they kind of move this thing forward. This coach has got to, kind of keep this team confidence up, considering they had 3 straight losing seasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
So bring it to the factory, put it on the turf. Let's go, Eastern Michigan. All right. So next one we got here, moving right along the MAC, we got is Kent State Golden Flashes. 5-7 last year, 4-4 in conference. Once again, 1-3 non-conference. As you see, they probably played some really tough teams. Was probably a game or 2 away from going to a bowl game. So, and people don't understand either is that hurts the conference because it cuts down in revenue that can be shared. So they almost have to make the decision, how much is this school going to pay me to play? Or do I schedule a lesser team and hope to get to a bowl game to make up the revenue? So it's a lot goes into it. It doesn't pick all this. So who's their head coach, Taz?
Mark Carney.
Okay.
First year, 5-7. Not bad. Not bad. He almost went 500.
Heck yeah.
Year one. So there's some things that he can work on there. Replaced Kenny Burns. He went 1-23.
Yeah.
0-12 in 2024. So right now, you're on a better track than he is right now.
This is trending in the right direction.
Well, definitely.
What are some of these streaks that he had to break this year, Taz? This blew my mind when I saw some of
He
these
snapped a
numbers.
19-game road losing streak. November 11th at Akron. He snapped an 11-game home losing streak to UMass.
Versus D1. They beat like St. Francis, which is like D2, which I don't count.
Right.
But yeah, those are some big streaks to break.
Yeah, you don't want to break any streaks, but let alone two in a time.
Oh man, away.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's only one way up. I mean, the guy you took over for went 1-23.
Yeah. He's showing some positive signs.
What sucks is, as the one coach they had before that was the one that went to go be Deion's,
Right.
Sean Lewis.
Yeah,
wasn't
Sean
it?
Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have never left Kent State to go beat Deion's
Yeah,
OC.
definitely had that trending.
Yeah. And then, like I said, they brought in Kenny Burns, and then it just fell off the cliff. I mean, think about it. From 0-12 to 5-7, that is a hell of a turnaround. That's almost bowl eligible from not winning a game.
Right.
So I think Mike Carney is going to be the right guy. Can they keep him though?
That's a challenge, but I mean, as long as you have him, you can't think that way. As long as you have him, you just try to give him what he needs.
Yep.
And hopefully he can, get those players in and have a productive team.
Yep. So how much production they got coming back, Taz?
All right, returning starters. We talked about that. 6 on offense, 3 on defense. Production returning 48%, which is 87th. 4th in the MAC, 57 on offense, and 39 on defense.
So not much on defense coming back.
No.
118 starts. I guess it ain't too bad.
No.
It ain't. So it looks like they got their quarterback too, Taz. Tell us about him.
Judas Shields is back. 2,030 yards, 56.7%. You can work on that and get that up a little bit. 18 TDs, but only 3 interceptions. So he's protecting the ball.
Yeah, not making bad decisions.
Not at all.
That's how you turn around too and get to 5-7 from 0-12. Not making bad decisions. What else they got?
Wide receiver, the realest Clark. That's a pretty cool name.
Yeah.
Had 2 kick returns for TDs. Something you don't really see anymore. You have the left tackle and your left guard return. You have some running back competition right now, which is good.
Yep.
Since he transferred Jacorian Caffey, Illinois State transfer Mason King, which is good.
Heck yeah.
Room. Yeah, real productive for that room. So you want competition there, and you want depth there, just in case, injuries occur or,
split the workload.
Yeah. Well, yeah. One of these guys, bell cow, you need to bring tap that helmet.
Yep. But I tell you what, if either which one I am, I'm running on that left side. That left tackle and left guard coming back. Yeah. That's huge. It is. That left side is gonna be solid. So we're gonna roll the cut or the blocking that way. We are. We want them blocking. We'll leave the guy on the right open. Right. So our defense, they got Thomas Aiden. He's the anchor on their D line. See what he can do. Linebacker Rocco Nickel started in 24, went to South Florida for 25, and now he's back at Kent State. So not very often you hear something like that where a kid is out of school, leaves, goes to another school, and says, you know what? I think I want to come back.
Yeah, sometimes guys agree on that side.
Yeah. So I guess he realized, oh man. Well, I mean, I guess he was part of that 1-12 12, 1-11 team. Or no, he'd have been part of 0-12 team.
Yeah.
They would have left. Then they went 5-7. I mean, South Florida's trending up, so I don't know what happened there. I don't. And then I guess decided to come back closer to home or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, we just had a little change in coaches and a lot of times, sometimes relationships, but
Yeah. The secondary is really young, though, Taz. 3 sophomores and a senior.
wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know if I'd want to. That's oof. That's going to be difficult right there.
You better hope they have a heck of a pass rush.
Yeah.
Get out
3
of hand.
sophomores.
Well, definitely.
That's got to be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And Atiq Muhammad's a senior. He played 9 games last year.
Yeah, hopefully it helps. Like I said, you get some experience with them guys.
Mhm.
Kind of help out. But they're young. Like I said, they're going to make mistakes, but you just want to limit those mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, they're working on turning it around. Like I said,
Mhm.
1-11, 0-12. Matt Carney comes in first year, 5-7. They're trending the right way. Like I said, 1-3 in non-con. Went 4-4 in conference, so that's great.
Mm-hmm.
It was. So, I mean, there was a game away from going from 0-12 to a bowl game. So I think Mark Carney, I think he's the right guy in the right place for Kent State, and I think they're going to do really well. They are. So moving right along. We got the Miami Redhawks, Taz.
Mm.
Tell us a little something about that.
Miami Redhawks.
How was they last year?
7-7, which is good. 6-2. The conference, they played in the championship game.
Okay.
So that's an awesome thing to build on.
Yeah, that's a great year.
Mm-hmm. You got head coach. What's his first name? Chuck Martin. 72-74, 12 years, 146 and 81, 18 years, 95-24, 11-3 23, 5 straight bowl games. I mean, seemed like to be the right guy for the job.
Oh, yeah. Moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. All right, you have returning starters. You have 4 on offense, 3 on defense, 23.5 points a game. Returning production, 49%, 84th, 3rd in the MAC. Offense, 45%, defense, 52%. 160 starts.
Hey.
So that's a little more than some of the schools that we've seen here lately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Redshirt sophomore quarterback Thomas Gakowski took over midseason. What's his name? Dan?
Yeah, DeQuan Finn. Remember when he left last year? Just in the middle of the year, he's like, oh, I'm going to rest myself and I want to prepare for the draft and all that mess.
That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, So he led the program, started 3 games, including the MAC champ and the bowl game. Running back Rodney Nelson from Monmouth.
Yep, Monmouth.
CAA Player of the Year. Rushed for 1,802 yards and 18 TDs.
Nice.
Yeah, that's solid right there. I mean, because you're not really getting a lot of guys getting 1,800 yards. I mean, 1,000-yard rushers.
Mm-hmm.
But 18 because a lot of teams are kind of split 2 to 3 backs.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of limit those carries. You got 3 transfer wide receivers. Simmons from Kentucky, Hyatt from Arizona, and 6'4" Witten from Ohio State.
Damn.
Yeah.
So he was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chris Scoot Smith was 5'5", 150 pounds.
Yeah.
All
Scoot Smith.
Yeah, right tackle from Northern Illinois.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you got a little guy inside that's 5'5", 150.
Mm-hmm. You got him.
And then you got a guy on the outside that's 6'4".
You better hide him. If they find him, it won't be pretty.
That is a size difference right there. So hopefully on Scoop Smith, they say he's fast as lightning. He is. So I think he's going to be that little slot guy working inside and everything. So I think he's going to do all right there in the slot. And like you said, I mean, you got a 6'4" Witten from Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State ain't going to recruit a wide receiver if he ain't somewhat decent.
Right.
And then another one from Arizona, Hyatt.
Mm-hmm.
Simmons from Kentucky. I mean, you got an 1,800-yard back.
Power forward experience.
Yeah, at all the positions at wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, I mean, you got a CAA Player of the Year, 1,800 yards.
Mm.
So on defense, they'll be solid at linebacker. CJ Young was all MAC. He came from Kent State, the school we just talked about. And he went all MAC and then decided to go to Miami. That I don't quite understand, transferred in conference. I don't. Then Blaine Myrick is all Sun Belt from South Alabama. They'll be joining them as well. But they did lose both their safeties in the secondary. So there's a little bit of question marks there. Because if they can get past the front seven, or you don't get the pass rush, you got to worry about why they call them a safety, Taz.
Because you're the last line of defense.
So you better be back there.
Better be back. Be keeping in the back, too.
But the one thing they did do last year, though, was they had a solid defense at 21.7 points per game.
Right.
And yeah, which was 41st, and they were +5 on turnover margin. So as long as you can stay positive on the turnover margin, I mean, you seem to be all right and have an okay chance. You do, because turnovers is where it's at. That's what can make and break and turn games and all that. So they'll have to keep it rolling. Like I said, they're kind of trending a little bit down from 11-3 to 9-5 to 7-7. But I mean, look what they got coming back this year. And they played in the conference championship game last year. I mean, they got stuck in a hard spot when you're starting quarterback about 4 or 5 games into the year. Just said, you know what? I'm done. I quit. As he quit. I mean, that's plain and simple what it is. So then you were stuck scrambling, you know. You had a redshirt freshman out there. You're like, okay, guy, hey, here's your shot. You know, he's just sitting there wearing a baseball cap and a clipboard. So, but like I said, 7-7, 6-2 in conference. Great year. Played championship game. Could be back again for the championship game before they got coming back. So we'll just have to see how that all works out. So moving right along to our next team we got here is the Ohio Bobcats. It is 9-4 last year, 6-2 in conference. Another great year. Their head coach took over. Now this is a crazy story, y'all. Their head coach is 1-0. John Hauser, as you know, everybody want to be 1-0. So he took over from Brian Smith after he was fired for messing around with an undergraduate student. And apparently appearing publicly intoxicated after a game. When will these guys learn?
I don't know. I mean, so many examples.
Yeah.
Yeah. We go down the same path, same result.
It happened in Ohio University, and it happened across the street in Michigan.
You need to go to Bobby Petrino's school.
Or Bobby Petrino, yeah.
You know?
I mean, there's millions and millions. And this one was an undergrad student. She wasn't even graduated.
Yeah.
She was still a student. She was, while he was married and all that, and turned into a big ordeal. So he's trying to sue the school and all this, that, and the other. So, I mean, he went 8-4 while he was there. He did, but, you know, they had to let him go after.
Yeah, but he was looking to move up with a record like that.
Oh, yeah. No, he would have been gone. He would have been like, what's his name? Frank Solich, who was at Ohio forever. I mean, he must have been there for 20 years. He did. So John Hauser stepped in, coached the bowl game, won the bowl game. So good for him. Returning starters on offense. They got 1 on offense and 5 on defense, and only 69 starts, Taz. Returning production, 33%, which is 129th in the country.
That's got 69. I mean, your O-line didn't have a lot of starts.
No. They're 10th in the MAC. 18% of their offense production is back, and 48% is on defense. So no offensive production.
Right.
It doesn't. And they're going at it with 2 quarterbacks as well. Nick like I said, please excuse us if we butcher these names. Pelois, man, 6'6", 234, Taz. In a quarterback battle. And then Matt Verza, which is from New Hampshire. So he's competing with them. So that Nick Polos or whatever, that's a big goo, 6'6", 243. He is. They lost a 1,300-yard running back. Their returning receivers it only combined for 24 catches and 280 yards. They lost their tight end, Mason Williams, to Ohio State. and have a completely new offensive line. And then he scored 27.9 points per game last year and got a completely new O-line. Lost a 1,300-yard running back. Got 2 quarterbacks, but only have a starting quarterback. So what do you think about that, Taz?
Yeah. Coach could be playing cat and mouse in that situation. Trying to see or just building that competition just to get the best out of the quarterbacks. May the best QB win.
Yeah.
But,
So tell us about the defense, Taz.
defense, what we're looking at, 6 deep at D lines.
Okay.
That's rare, but it's good.
Heck yeah.
To kind of keep those guys there or to build that defensive line that deep. You have veteran linebackers. You have a mix in secondary, 21.9 points per game last year.
Okay, that's solid.
Yeah, that's solid.
It is.
3 TDs a game.
Yeah.
That you're giving up.
That's not bad.
And you finished 3rd in turnover marks.
That's -3 in
Or
turnover.
it's -3.
Yeah. Yeah. That they got to get fixed.
Yeah, you have to take the ball.
So John Hauser, I mean, he was put in a hard spot. He is. I mean, he lost a lot of production and everything. He had to take over after all this nonsense happening around this program. And he's also inherited a team that won 9 games last year. So there's built-in pressure amongst that as well.
Yeah, proving you can win this.
Yeah, so he's going to have to get it figured out and everything, which, I mean, I think Ohio traditionally has a good year. You're in a good team year in, year out.
Right.
They have in the MAC. So they usually traditionally have a good one. So let's go ahead and move on to our next team that we got here. Surprise, 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 as I got to do this as we go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the Toledo Rockets. What you got, Taz? Tell me about the Rockets.
Rockets, new head coach. Lost their previous head coach, Matt Candle, to UConn.
Yep.
New coach, Matt Jacob, comes in first year from Mercer. 94-23. Record in 10 years, 5 straight bowls, winning seasons. Now you have returning starters, not much productivity. They have 1 on offense and 0 on defense.
Okay, so we got a new team.
Yeah, but also the 1 on offense had 69 starts.
Well, the starts will be for combined or whatever for the players, but
yeah. Okay. So you have return to production 33%, return to 30, 11 in the MAC, 18% on offense, 48% on defense. So not a whole lot of production coming out. Also, you have quarterback John Allen Riker back up the last 2 years, which is rare.
Yeah,
because normally guys they don't play.
Yeah, they're out of there.
They're out of there.
Mm-hmm.
They're gone. But hopefully this benefits this young man and the team.
Heck yeah.
For hanging around. Brought 2 running backs and 1 wide receiver from Mercer. So there's some guys who are familiar with the offense.
Yep. That will help a quarterback.
Most definitely, yeah. And O-line has most continuity.
Okay.
With 30.8 points per game. Not bad.
Okay. So new coach, new team, new players, bring in your own, as you can tell from Mercer. So that's really not too bad. It ain't. It's something that blew my mind when I was looking at was their defense. It was like I'll tell you a little bit about the players, and Tad, you can talk about the numbers. Like it was insane. So defense is going to be their biggest strength,
right? Hands
down. I mean, there's no other which way around it. So their DN, they got Andrew Zock. He was Defensive Player of the Year, 20 tackles for loss, 11.5 sacks. I mean, just a dominant beast from Mercer.
Right.
Brought him with him. Linebackers, keep an eye on them. That could probably be the weakest link of the defense. It would. Secondary is pretty solid. They have a safety, Armarian Smith from Michigan State, and an All-Patriot League DB, Cam Jones. They do. So they got the secondary pretty solid. D-line and Andrew Zock. People are going to know his name. Write it down. Keep track of it. People are going to hear about it.
Right.
And he could be the defensive, and more than likely it'll be the defensive player of the year in the MAC. So tell us some of these numbers for this team. Now these are national ranks too. These ain't MAC ranks, Taz. These are national ranks. Tell us about their defense.
Okay, the defense, top 9 defense in the country. 13.3 points per game, which is number 4. Rushing 96.3. It's number 9, plus 6 turnover margin. Passing 158, which is number 5. And total is 254.3, which is number 2.
The number 2 total defense in the country resides in Toledo. That is insane. It blew my mind when I saw those numbers. And let's say, so they went 2 and 3 as well in their non-conference games. So who did? Can you look it up real quick, Taz, and see who they played in their non-conference?
For Toledo?
Yeah, let's see who we got.
I got you.
Yeah. So, like I said, I mean, 13.3 points per game. This is going to come from, like I was talking about. They probably played some big dog school. They probably gave up 30, 40 points to. You know what I'm saying? Which that number is probably better than the 13.3. I mean, only 96 yards on the ground.
Right.
Top 9. 158, top 5. I mean, and you add to the defense. You do from what you had a year ago, but you have no returning starters on defense. That was a top 9 defense, so that kind of hurts. But what you got, Taz?
Non-conference. First up was Kentucky.
Okay.
At Kentucky, of course.
What was the score?
Actually don't have it on there, but let me read them off, and then I'll tell you that. All right. Next up was Western Kentucky.
Okay. They're a high-scoring team.
Yeah, followed by Morgan State.
Yes.
And then Washington State.
Okay.
Okay.
So Washington State usually was known for pretty good offenses. They was. I know Western Kentucky is.
Right.
They are. He was actually my fantasy quarterback one year. But yeah, so like I said, Mike Jacobs, he's got a great opportunity in front of him. He does, coaching at Toledo, coming off an 8-5 year. Like you said, they lost Jason Candle to UConn, which our boy Jim Mora left and went to Colorado State.
Yep.
Which I think he should have took the UCLA job.
Yes, he replaced your other boy.
Yep, Jay Norvell.
Right.
And I'm not quite sure where he's at, but he's somewhere now, floating around. Which we'll probably find him during these. Or he went somewhere in the Mountain West, I believe.
Right.
So
we'll assistant.
Yeah. So we'll figure that one out as we get there. So you got some scores for us, Taz?
That scored for you.
What you got?
That Kentucky score was Kentucky 24, Toledo 16.
Okay.
Followed by the Western Kentucky game on Toledo 45, Western Kentucky 21. The Morgan State game is Toledo 60, Morgan State 0.
That helps offset the numbers too.
Yeah, that'll offset numbers. But a lot of the games were like 1-score possession games.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad at all.
Okay, cool. So so that's Toledo, 8-5. Got a chance to make the conference championship game with what they got coming back and everything, and what they're bringing over from Mercer. Apparently, he coached them well enough at Mercer to get the job at Toledo. So, well, I guess we'll see what happens with that one.
We will. Broke, don't fix it.
That's it. So here we go. We got our next team here. We do that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up for everybody and show everybody who we got. And it is the UMass Minutemen. It is. We're almost through our MAC, Taz. We got this one and 2 more. Yep. So UMass, Taz, coming off a 0-12 year, 0-8 in conference.
Only one way up.
That is true. There is only one way up.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. So 0-12 a year ago. 0-8 conference. Joe Harkensby.
Sure. We'll shoot with that.
Coach Joe.
There you go.
From Maine. Overall 20-27 record in 4 years. Matt 2012, 2015, 8-40.
Yeah.
Independent. 2016 to 2024, 18-82. Last win of the season as D1 school, 1904, 5-2-1. And she had a question. Why take this job?
Yeah. It's
because I'm good at it.
I like that. I mean, you look at it's been UMass has had a hard time in football.
Yeah.
They have, like I said, they used to be in the MAC, and then they got booted. They did. When, like I said, that like you talking about 8-40 record.
Right.
They was, and they was independent for like 8 years, and then I guess they bought their way or taught themselves into coming back into the MAC.
Mm-hmm.
They did. Great basketball school.
Mm-hmm.
They are. They have a on-campus stadium now. I think what hurt them too a lot was they was playing at where the Patriots played. So I mean, you get to go to a school like that, and you're playing. Yeah, you get to play in an NFL stadium, but you're not attracting NFL-sized crowds. So I think they have a stadium more built for themselves now. They do. So I think that helps out a lot. Last year, Taz, they only scored 15 touchdowns.
That's tough.
In 12 games.
That's tough. I mean, there's some backs that scored 4 in one game.
Yeah. And so they only averaged 11.1 points per game, which was 134 out of 136. I don't know who scored average less, but returning starters, they got 2 on offense, 4 on defense, but they do return back 114 total starts. They do.
Cool.
From incoming players to current players to freshmen. So they have that working for them. Like you said, there's only one way but up.
That's it.
They got 49% of their production coming back, which is 96th in the country, 5th in the MAC, 49% on offense, 43% on defense. So tell us a little bit about this quarterback they got coming in, Taz. Maybe this guy will be the savior.
Okay. Oh, whoa. Look at this dude name right here.
He's a Massachusetts native.
Yeah, Massachusetts native. William Pop Watson.
Yeah.
From
Virginia Tech.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's another power forward transfer that's come in. Running back will be McNeese transfer Jordan Washington. 2 good tight ends, Reach Atkinson and Marvel Dowling.
Yeah.
So you have some playmakers around to kind of help them out in the run game, running back, and you have 2 tight ends.
Yes, and 2 really good tight ends he has coming back. Like one of them could probably be one of the best tight ends in the conference, if not one of the top 10 in the country.
Right.
They could. So could he be the guy to come and be the savior? I mean, he's a Massachusetts native. Can he be that guy?
Yeah, it's going to take some work.
No, of course.
I mean, he's 0-12.
Well,
I mean,
he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. But UMass was 0-12.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're coming off a losing season that you got to bring. Well, you bring guys in, which is good, because you only have 2 returning starters on offense, 2 on defense. 4 on defense. So it's not like you have to train them how to win.
Yep. Exactly.
There's only 6 of them come back. So now the rest of you guys can plug in as far as transfers and high schoolers.
Yep.
So they don't know anything about the losing thing going on right there. So yeah, I think he can come in and get some traction. It's going to be a little tough because, I mean, you're in a decent conference.
Yeah. Yeah, the MAC is a good conference.
Yeah, in a good conference. It is. But like I said, I would even watch some of the UMass games. They're in battles. It's not like they're constantly getting blown out, but they're in battles and in late, sometimes it's like any team, they get away from them.
Yep. Yeah. And if they can avoid injury next year, their defense should be a lot better. It should. They got defensive end Joshua Noble, another one, Andrew DePappy, which was a 4-star from Indiana. He was. They have linebackers. Tyler Martin had 103 tackles, and then Timmy Hempster, he had 69 tackles in 7 games last year.
Awesome.
And they got both their safeties back. So they need anything they can on this defense, Taz. I mean, their defense last year had some hard times. We'll say that. We will. Gave up 38.6 points per game, which was 134th in the country out of 136. Gave up 221 yards on the ground, which was 132nd, but also 212 yards in the air. which was 55th, which Taz, why would we throw the ball if we can?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're getting 221 yards.
Yeah, they don't really need to throw the ball much against you.
That's it. You just pick and choose.
Yeah, and then 433.8 yards total defense in yards, which is 127th. And they finished with a -7 turnover margin, which was 112th.
There's a lot of hundreds.
That's a lot of triple digits.
Yeah.
It is. But like we said, you got two good tight ends. You got a running back coming in for Mercer that apparently Mercer's pretty damn good because it got old buddy the job at the other school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got a Massachusetts native from Massachusetts that's going to come in. He's going to be the savior, set the culture, show them Massachusetts strong. Defense, you got great defensive players on the line. You got a 4-star at UMass.
Right.
When was the last time that happened? You know?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, two great linebackers. You just gotta stay healthy. I mean, that's everything, you know. And then both your safeties are back. So there's the back end communication. It is. So 0-12, 0-8. I mean, like you say, Taz, ain't nowhere to go but up, right?
Yeah, it should be motivation all season.
Most definitely.
You know, for these guys that, doing their workouts. It should be straight motivation.
Heck yeah.
We're not allowing that on our watch.
No, we're not running this 0-12 back. We're winning something somewhere.
Right.
We are. And like you said too, maybe that quarterback being from there, he'll kind of take the pride into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He will. So we'll see what happens with UMass. We'll keep an eye. How many wins do you think, Tess, for UMass? Let's just spitball a number for UMass.
UMass.
Just out the air, not looking at schedules and dissecting and all that.
Let's give them 4 wins.
4? Okay. I'm good with that. 4-8.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a great progress.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I mean, like we said, the last time in the MAC over 4 years, they went 8-40.
Yeah.
And they won 18 games in the last 8 years before that. So from 2012 to 2025, which is 13 years, they've only won 26 games. They've won 26 and lost 132. So you get 4 wins this year, you're making progress. We're moving forward.
Yep.
So we're going to bring on our next team right here that we got coming up. We're almost through them all. We got this one, and then we got the new team, Taz. We do. That we get to talk about.
Yep.
And if I can find their screenshot, we'll have them up here. All right. Western Michigan Broncos. What about this team right here, Taz?
MAC champs, baby. Bowl win last year in 2025. Ended with a 10-4 record. 71 in the conference. Lance Taylor, 2019 in 3 years. 3 years, 2023, 4-8, 24, 6-7, 25, 10-4. What do you notice? Improvement.
Yep.
Each year.
Upward trend.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I mean, 'cause like I said, we're always going to chime in on this current landscape, how things are going. But he's able to find a way to trend up and get a championship.
Yeah, and win the MAC.
Mm-hmm.
He did 7-1 in conference, 10-4 overall. So I mean, yeah, and a bowl win. That's awesome. That's a great year.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
So you got returning starters. You got 7 on offense, 3 on defense, 147 starts. Returning production, 51%. That's 72nd, second in MAC. Offense, 60%. Defense, 46%. With quarterback Brock Lowry, the MAC Player of the Year. The Player of the Year quarterback. Completion, 63.4%. 9 TDs, only 3 interceptions. Just protecting the ball. But he ran for 963 yards and 14 TDs. So he's balanced. So whatever he's lacking in the pass game, he's producing in the run game.
Taking down and trucking folks.
Most definitely. Running back Jalen Buckley, second 1,000 yard season. They're averaging 30.8 points per game.
Yeah.
2 of the top 5 receivers return. O-line Chad Schuster.
Yep.
First team All MAC returns. Ben Roebuck transferred in from Michigan.
So that's a solid lineman. He come from Michigan.
Yeah, he's going to be able to help those guys develop.
And this was probably just a great opportunity for him too. Being from Michigan, at playing at Michigan, it's a little harder to crack the depth chart and everything like that. And then to come into Western Michigan, well, you're going to get the playing time. So he's actually getting to play. And like I said, just like we talked about that receiver for the other school that was from Ohio State, same thing with this offensive lineman from Michigan. They don't recruit bad offensive linemen. They don't. Yeah. So they pretty much got a lot coming back on offense. They do.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
D-line transfers got Austin Alexander from North Carolina, Xavier Tears from Houston, Ahmed
yeah, I don't know how you say that. Tunakra? Yeah.
Ahmed T.
Yeah.
From Ohio State. Linebackers are questionable. Brennan. And these Ands, I pronounce it, from Temple.
Yeah, from Tennessee. Coming in from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yep.
DBs, top DBs and safeties return. Plus 9 turnover margin.
Heck yeah.
That's number 15. So getting the ball, helping that offense is a plus.
Plus 9 turnover margin will make you 10-4.
Most definitely.
It will. And like I said, they got some big D-line transfers. They do. Offense looks like it's going to be spitting image of last year, if not even better.
Right.
So chances of them coming back and repeating in the MAC are pretty high. Pretty high. They are. So, all right. So next up we got coming up is our new school, the new kids on the block, and the new day and the new year for them that we have is the Sacramento State Hornets. It is. And I am working to get that logo up for everybody.
Sac State.
Yep. There we go. All right. So I like the logo. I do. And we're going to have to, I'm not going to say we're going to speed rush through this last. Well, we got this one and then we got to wrap up. So, okay, we should have time. We got about 20 more minutes before we got to wrap it up. Sure. Or it won't hold.
There you go.
So, Sacramento State Hornets, July 1st, welcome to Division I football. As they're a football-only team, they are. They went 7-5 last year, 5-3 in the Big Sky. They did. Head coach is Alonzo Carter from Arizona. And you had something about a little tidbit about Alonzo Carter. Yeah, I had no clue about it.
Just doing some research on Mr. Carter, and if you go and check some of his pictures, you'll see that he was a backup dancer and choreographer for MC Hammer.
That is insane.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah. So I would probably know if I asked him, Alonzo questions like, what is your biggest pivot in life? I would probably have the answer to it. As far as his
yeah, that's a hell of a pivot.
Yeah. As far as his job, that's probably his biggest pivot from being a background dancer and choreographer to a head coach. So
heck yeah,
that's pretty cool.
So Sacramento State actually ended up having to buy that. I'm not saying this in a rude way or nothing, but they actually had to pay a lot of money to get brought into the MAC. They did. Yeah. They had to pay the MAC $18 million to get in, and they had to pay the NCAA $5 million, so about a total of $23 million. And they tried to get in the Mountain. Everybody talks about, they're in the MAC. Why did they pick the MAC? Well, they tried the Pac-12. Yeah. They wouldn't let them. They tried the Mountain West. They wouldn't let them. So they said, hey, I got money. Who wants it? And the MAC said, hey, come on. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a pretty tough year, first year for them. I do, not just because of the transition, but because they didn't get approval to move into a Division I school until after the portal was already closed. Right. So it was mid-February. It was coming into spring ball before they finally got to go ahead to whatchamacallit to get put into Division One.
Right.
They did. So we'll run through a little bit right here. Quarterback Carson Conklin returns after 1 year at Fresno. He was a freshman All-American at Sacramento State.
Mm-hmm.
He was, then went to Fresno. Now he's back. Jamar Curtis was a All-American at Lafayette. In 3 years, he had 3,500 total yards and 35 touchdowns in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver Elijah Washington from Oregon State, and Matt Coleman comes from San Jose State. They do. So they coming in. That's pretty good, nice transfer. San Jose State's been known to sling the ball around, and Oregon State, I mean, they always have pretty decent players. They do. They have a tight end. It could probably be the best tight end in the whole MAC. His name is Jordan Williams, so everybody keep an eye on him.
Mm-hmm.
They will. Tell us about the linebackers, Taz.
So I'm back to the DBs.
Linebackers.
Okay. Linebacker should be solid. Alex, is it Rocca?
Yeah.
And Fada Paluca.
All right.
That's
what I think, Alex. That's what I think. Say it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. As far as your linebackers, and then as far as your DBs, you have a variety of transfers led by a former 4-star from Miami, Amari Wallace.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, should be pretty solid.
And that's something too that we'll talk about once we get to the end about some of these 4-stars.
Mm-hmm.
It will. So we're crunching against time, everybody. It's a pretty big episode. Yeah, so offense, last year they averaged 33.8 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
They gave up 26.3. They ran the ball for 262 yards per game, which is pretty high.
Yeah.
It's only giving up 150.
Mm-hmm.
Passing, they only threw for 163, but why throw it, Taz, if you can what?
Run it.
That's it. And they gave up 216 yards on the ground. Total yardage, they averaged 425.6 and gave up 366.6 for a +2 turnover margin.
Right.
So that's really, really good for them.
Mm-hmm.
It is. So I'm sorry, Sacramento State. Welcome to the big leagues. And I hated that we had to kind of shoot through this, but we're kind of crunched on the time. We got about 20 minutes left that we can get in this episode. So we want to make sure we get everything covered.
Mm-hmm.
We do. So now here we are. Championship game, Tab. I'm going to go first. Championship game, I have Toledo versus Western Michigan.
Right.
Rematch. And I got Toledo winning it this year.
Okay.
I do. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go Western Michigan. I think they run it back with the experience that they have. I was gonna go Toledo also, but let's go. I'm going with a new kid on the block.
All right, who you got?
Sac State.
Sacramento State?
I'm going with a new kid on the block.
Okay, who they gonna play?
Western Michigan.
Oh, Western Michigan? You got Sacramento State winning it all?
Nah, Western Michigan.
Oh.
I'm saying they'll be there.
Oh. Who did Matt have? We'll get Matt's in too. We will.
Matt's got Miami, Ohio versus Ohio. So he had the battle of the Ohio schools.
Okay, that would be a good one.
And he's taking Ohio in this contest.
Man, we talked about them earlier about how they're consistently pretty good.
They are.
They are.
Pretty solid.
Yep. All right, so let's get to our Offensive Player of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year, which I am taking and isn't in the championship game. I think he's going to have a great year with what we talked about and everything they have coming back. Is I like Noah Kim, quarterback from Eastern Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Taz, who you got as your Offensive Player of the
I went
Year?
with Brock Lowry, junior quarterback from Western Michigan.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, we went over some of his stats: 1,800 yards passing, 9 touchdowns, 963 rushing, and 14 rushing. So, total 23 touchdowns.
Heck yeah. Who did Matt have?
Matt Guile, Player of the Year is Ronnie Nelson, Miami, Ohio running back, 1,800 yards, 18 TDs. Yeah,
that's a good year right there.
Yeah, he had a couple guys, and then he also had the same Andrew Zock as the defensive end.
Yep, and my Defensive Player of the Year is the same thing that Andrew Zock, defensive tackle from Toledo. I think he'll probably be one of the best NFL prospects out of the MAC.
Right.
He will. So Matt has some good stats with us. We wanted to get out here about the NFL prospects.
Right.
They did about how he said that all teams in the MAC are represented in the NFL.
Right.
There you are. What else do we have on
36 players.
36 players. They either played it in the MAC, went somewhere, or went somewhere and came to the MAC. So they have MAC ties.
Right. And you got 80 first rounders all time.
That is insane.
On the MAC.
It is. Who has the most in the NFL right now? At the top. Right there at the top.
Oh, Toledo.
Yeah.
Toledo's got 6, and Western Michigan's at 5.
All right.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So, all right. So these are some big games that we're looking forward to. We are. Be sure to mark your calendars, everybody. Like I said, we're kind of doing like a speed round. I feel like we're getting a little out of control here towards the end, but we're trying to wrap this up and get everybody in here. On August 29th, you got Sacramento State at Eastern Michigan. So Sacramento State, that will be your first ball game as a D1 school against a D1 school, August 29th. So everybody be sure to tune in and check that out. Who you got next? Yeah.
What's up?
The next one. North Dakota State and Sacramento State. We do. So we got the two newcomers in the thing at D1. We do against North Dakota State and Sacramento State. We do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So check that one out. They're both new to D1, so we'll get the good look at them and see who is the best of the new guys on the block.
Right.
So who we got next, Taz?
Western Michigan versus Toledo.
Oh, okay. That's my championship game.
Yep.
And a rematch of last year.
October 24th. Next.
Yep.
We got Ohio versus Miami of Ohio.
Huh. That's Matt's.
Yeah. That's the championship teams.
Heck yeah.
And then up next on November 18th, we have Akron versus UMass.
The battle for the bottom.
Yep.
So hopefully not. Hopefully, like we was talking about, they'll all get it turned around and turned around and pushed up and everything to where they'll be doing good. They will. And then, so we got probably about 10 minutes left that we got to spare on the show, Taz. Do you have any questions else about the MAC? What do you think? Are they becoming like developmental league?
I think that schools are using them right now as a developmental league. I mean, one, because of probably resources that they have, over these schools. With a mixture of, they're taking coaches also. So, that's going to affect the team roster also. If you're taking a coach, and most likely the guy is going to follow the coach and try to find somewhere else to go. So, yeah, I think they're one of. I don't think they're the only one or just the only one developmental league. I think they are until we can come up with a solution to help college football. They're going to continue to lose players and coaches.
Yeah, Matt had a stat for us. He did at the beginning. If you flip to the beginning of our show, where he was talking about the transfer kids that came in that were Power 4 or Power 3 or Power 4. He did, that way.
It's back here.
Yeah, he did. So, what was the transfer numbers? It was some astonishing numbers that he ended up pulling up. 50
transfers going to the MAC from Power 4 schools. And there's 3 stars, 50 of them are 3 stars or better. But overall, you had 60 transferred Power 4.
That's crazy.
Toledo's number 1 transfer portal in the MAC. And with Miami, and UMass is number 2 in the transfer portal.
That's crazy. 0-12 and number 2 in the transfer portal rankings for the MAC.
Yeah, so
that
overall,
is insane.
50 transfer guys.
They went from big schools to the MAC.
Right.
So, it seems like they like to use the MAC.
Well, not only that, at some point, guys, they see their opportunity and their time kind of drilling away. It's better to get reps and just sit on the bench at a big school.
Exactly. And as you can see, there's how many NFL players,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And how many first rounders that the MAC has developed. And the MAC is the coaching cradle of coaches. Yeah. Miami of Ohio, look at all the great names of head coaches that came through Miami of Ohio. It has. So, not only is the MAC putting together great players, they are NFL talent, coaches galore. They are. I mean, and they got some of their best games matchup wise. They come down to one score. I mean, and what is better than a Tuesday night game on the frozen tundra of Kalamazoo, Michigan, when we get to watch the MACtion? I mean, nothing's better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love the MAC. I love the MACtion. I like in the last month of the season, we get the games on Tuesday and Wednesday and stuff like that. We do. So, I mean, I enjoy it. I like the MAC. I hope y'all enjoy the MAC and watch it this year. Like I said, hopefully we gave y'all some insight on a bunch of teams and players and stuff that a lot of people don't really know about.
Right.
And that they'll be able to pay attention for. And I think that will pretty much wrap up our show for the MAC, Taz.
That's it.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on the MAC. MAC's got good games. Like I said, we're going to be using the MAC games for a lot of our pick'em games, you know, in our pool. So I would advise you to probably put some of these games on your pool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Trust me. And if you really want to stumble some people and see, all right. Yeah. You know who the SEC game of the week or the Big Ten game of the week, you might be able to pick that game, but
can
you pick Toledo and Buffalo?
Yeah, when you see a 3-point spread, trust me,
it's going to be 3 or less. So our next show we're going to double up on Sunday. We're going to get y'all the Conference USA preview show, and we're going to do the Mountain West preview show. Both of them are new. Got some new teams that shuffled around and moved around amongst all of that. So we'll have all that for y'all and everything. So, but other than that, Taz, you got anything for the people?
That's it, bro.
All right. Well, I ain't got nothing for him either. So we're going to go ahead and send y'all off, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
Hey, College Football Sunday with Steve Matt and Taz. Talking like we're legends in the student section stands. Same old couch, same cheap snacks, same old bets we never track. Yeah, life hits different when the squad comes back. College Football Sunday with Steve, Matt, and Taz.